as to what is going on in the country. I didn't know that Ghana has even gone beyond HIPIC, till this president decided to go and beg in front of that young boy that could be his son. The French president is just a young man, and the president is as old as, begging to forgive our debt. And it pretty much...
You are saying that that's a sign that we've gone beyond
HIPIC. We've gone beyond HIPIC. Why would you put on Gucci suit and go and beg that forgive me of my debt? That's quite shameful.
Gucci suits?
Yes, you don't put on Gucci suits and look all black and fly business class just to go and stand in front of someone who's like your son and tell him that please forgive me of my debt. In our traditional parlance, what do you think that the child would tell you? In general, they'll tell that. So you, as old as you are, life choices and Bobra, basically, that's what they would tell you. That you did not add any value to yourself. I'll be very, very ashamed of myself to stand in front of someone to tell them that please forgive me of my debts because I was not competent enough to manage the resources that you gave me. I have abused it, so pardon me. That's quite shameful. That would be a big disgrace. My dad would say the school fees came out of nothing. And that's how I feel. Our president standing in front of that young man telling him that forgive us of our sins. So 5 years in government, borrowed everything under the sun, and you go and stand in front of your son and tell him that please forgive us. Next time he should go alone, not on the ticket of Ghana. He can go on the ticket of NPP, but don't go on the ticket of Ghana and embarrass all of us. Not all of us represent this old school system. We need progressive people to run this country. And this is a huge embarrassment. What do you think the investors will think of us? People are willing to bring in money. They look at you and say, look at this man. This is a country that we were looking to invest in. And here we are, they can't even pay their debt. They are touring around the world asking others to forgive them of their debt. Who would want to invest in a country like that? 5 years in government. You've borrowed more than any other government in this world, in this country. See, now I understand why, why they came with this thing to counter the fix Ghana was this of fix yourself. Mm-hmm. Now I understand very well, because people need to really fix themselves. This mindset, this mentality that the president is carrying around, he needs to fix himself and fix his people. This requires more than fixing. We have to disassemble every vein, every blood, every, intestine, and, put some systems in there. Because I can tell you, AI, artificial intelligence, will do a better job. With what we are better off carrying an artificial intelligence into Flagstaff House, and they'll do a better job. This is not running an administration.
But would that forgiveness not be helpful to us? The fact that we would not have to pay to use all our revenues, majority of it, in servicing those debts, that would be helpful to us.
You seek debt forgiveness when you are not in a position to pay. Mm. Are you telling us that we are not in a capacity to pay our debt?
If you look at the budget, you're talking about over 101% that we need. If you put our revenue and grants together, mm-hmm. we are still 100. It will consume the money, and we'll still need a percentage.
Who caused it?
To service those debts.
Who caused it? Who caused it? Ghanaians are paying their taxes, true or false? We are paying people to ensure that taxes are collected, true or false? The taxes are in the hands of the government, true or false? So don't come out here and tell me that when I look at the budget, whatever that you've taken over the past 5 years, you've borrowed, the Kenke Party, etc., all the things that you've done, we want to see it. There has to be value for money. Let's reconcile it. Then we can agree as to whether you deserve to be forgiven. But you don't act lazy. You don't act that incompetent. You don't act that corrupt, and then take the whole country with you and go as embarrass us on the world stage. We don't represent that. It is him and his political party alone, not all of us. We don't represent that. We are responsible enough. We are competent enough to be able to assume that responsibility and pay for what we deserve to pay for. This old mentality thing is not for today, and it's not going to help for tomorrow. It pretty much tells us that the system is tired. The system is tired. Smartness out. Innovation out. Corruption forefront. Galamsey forefront. That's what we say. That's what we see. Then they said to us that they are businessmen. Is this the type of businessmen they are? Galamsey? Is this the Galamsey business people that they've been, trumpeting and walking around with everything that they think that they have? Is this what they are? They are made of Galamsey, destroying the country, the water bodies and everything. Is this the so-called structure that they claim they are first class? Is this what they're made of? This is pathetic. Somebody to tell them this is pathetic. This is very disgraceful. Very, very disgraceful. They are destroying the country. They are destroying the country. And you know what? They have burned down some excavators, etc.
Yeah.
If it's illegal, why are the people who brought them working freely? Why? Why would you burn down the excavators and leave the people who are tempted or were committing the crime to work free?
So they are the ones who should be set up.
Exactly. The excavators didn't get there on their own. The people that have been planned, that orchestrated, brought these items there, using it for whatever purpose. These are the people that you need to go for. And you know them. You know them, Mr. President. He is the commander-in-chief. He receives all the intelligence under this sun regarding Ghana. So what is he talking about? What is he talking about? You see, if you're not serious, you're not serious. Ghana is a joke right now under this administration. It's a huge joke. With this type of system, we can't move forward. There's nothing better that will come from this particular administration. It's a tired administration. They've run out of ideas, if they even had one. But they have nothing to provide. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. The sad part is we have more years to go. We have more years to go. And Ghanaians, by our nature, would have to stomach this. Can you imagine the number of people who will lose their lives as a result of this incompetent administration? Over negligence, basic, support systems. This government is just, they should be wiped off. We need to wipe this government off. We should. You see, sometimes, say that one thing. When you stay home for a couple of months, or you go to get a job at a place, and you were not happy with the job, and then you decide to get another one, to a point that out of anger you don't even want to put it on your resume. We can't put this government on our resume in the future.
That they ever govern.
No, yes, we can't put that.
We're looking at 8 years.
But 8 years of what? We can't put this on our resume. There's nothing substantive that you can go and say, yes, from 2016 to 2024, we had a government and they did. This would be an embarrassment. Oh, yes, they destroyed our water bodies. They attempted free SHS and it ended up destroying the future of the kids. They came to meet excess energy and they ran us back to Doomsor. They came in and then Ghana need to import water. They came in, our road infrastructure is destroyed, our health system is destroyed. What are they leaving us? Why would we want to put this in our resume? Why would we want to put Akufo-Addo and his administration in our resume? For what purpose? They don't deserve it. Yes, history will say yes. Once upon a time, somebody came through. Somebody came through. That's it. And leave it hanging. But you don't sit down with intellectuals, progressive minds, people who are futuristic, people who are solution providers, and you would want to pick what this is and say that we can use this as the basis to achieve anything greater, something greater. No, we need solution providers, Senna. We need people who are humble enough. We need people who understand what running a nation means. We need those type of people. You see, this government, they use the purchasing power or the authority given to them by the people for themselves. They don't know how to use it to engage other stakeholders, to build bridges, to expand the economy. This government cannot build the economy on its own. Okay, look at the money. Listen, let's be realistic here. Look at the companies we have in Ghana here. How much do we owe? That we can't bring our corporate bodies together and bring other institutions, people who of progressive minds, and say this is what we have. How do we turn this thing around? Are you saying we don't have that brains here in Ghana? Is this what the president is trying to tell us? That corporate Ghana can't come to the rescue? But you know what? The incentives that the government would need to give to them, this government is not willing to let go because they are holding on to it for their personal gains. Okay. They will not. They will not let that happen. Yeah. And that's the reason. They are not engaging Ghanaians. They are engaging themselves in massive propaganda, creating an impression. And that's what is catching up with them. That 5 years. 5 years. 2012, 2008 to 2016 of NDC's administration. When we took 4 years, President Mills, may he so rest in peace, you know, and then President Muhammad took over. When the NDC was leaving office, we had something to prove. We had something to show. And we were on track. We were becoming as independent as we thought we deserved to be. We had plans in selling our energy debt. We had plans in selling our loans and everything, smart borrowing, all these things came through. We were fixing the roads. We were expanding electricity, water to homes and industries. We were building the hospitals. So what are you talking about? We were building schools. We were supporting financial institutions. That's what smart administration does. That's what smart administration does. You could tell that there's a pattern, there's a way, there's a vision. ESLA was to take care of our energy debt. True or false? So what are you talking about here?
I'm guessing you've been listening to radio and watching TV in Ghana.
Yes, it's heartbreaking sometimes. You just have to tune it to some reggae and you move on.
You know, this is when you see a smile, the younger you are experiencing
because
what
you
is,
see, because
what is life below that smile.
Sana, listen. You see, my daughter is just about to turn 9 years, and I keep telling her that, not that I'm, trying to put pressure on you, but in the next 10 years, you're going to go against the Chinese and the Indians. These are the people that are going, with everything that they have. Yeah. And I don't need you to go and feel inferior, at the forefront. Therefore, it's the reason why we need to, double up in everything that we do. We need people who will see the country and the future leaders that these are the next people that we need to build that world for them. So when you watch the TV news and you have, all these, yesterday, listen to what the NPP did, a whole administration in government coming out to complain. So you ask yourself, are these people still in opposition, or they've lost the track of where they are now? Or reality has not dawned on them? And then, Supreme Court came to mind, Electoral Commission came to mind, the religious bodies came to mind, and I said, well, maybe we deserve it. Maybe we deserve it.
We deserve.
Yes, maybe
what we are going through.
Yes, maybe we deserve it. Maybe sometimes we need to learn through the hard way, unfortunately. Maybe, I don't know, but sincerely speaking, I think that I don't believe in miracles, but we need one.
We require a miracle.
I guess we require a miracle.
Why?
Because what we have right now, it's choked in a way that if a leader or someone with extra abilities do not come out, this country will grind to a halt. It will grind to a halt completely. Nothing would work.
Is it during the 4-year mandate of this government?
Yes. The next 4 years that we 3
but
4
the leader
years.
is clear. The leader is Nana Akufo-Addo. In the absence, you have Dr. Bawumia.
Sometimes I don't want us to, bring Dr. Bawumia in, because all of us know that he's just a top-up. He's just there as a top-up. He's not.
You're calling our vice president a top-up?
Yes, per his output, he's a top-up. He's just a top-up.
He's a second to the president.
Yes, I agreed in principle, yes. Per the constitution, he is. But how about the outputs then? Let's discuss his outputs and see if he's not a top-up. Since we assumed office, they assumed office. When they were in opposition, he was the financial wizard, the whiz kid, right? Yeah. The magic one, the gentleman that is coming. He says that he knows where the money is and all these things. He's the one that professed all the lectures in the world, etc., etc. right? So he came with that clout that he's about to turn the fortunes of Ghanaians around. Now we are begging for forgiveness.
But now he said he's engaging at the forefront of digitizing the economy. Ghana Post GPS, fixing addresses, and also re-registering our SIMs, among others, just so that we can formalize the economy and be able to.
You see, just as I said, you just confirmed it, that he's a top-up. This is job for the boys. This is just this. We already have the infrastructure already. It's just acting on it. Bawumia has not innovated anything that you would say that this is new. You can't, a vice president with all the resources that we are giving you, and you're saying you are digital. Under President Mills, the DCs, MCs started this road science and on and on. So what if the MCs were doing it and today the vice president want to tout as he's the one, then you are a top up. Then you are a top up. As a vice president, you are expecting that you will be advising, be leading huge infrastructure development, huge progress in terms of technology, huge in terms of resourcing the base. Resourcing the base, our macro stability in terms of the economy. You should be the one championing that. But you've lost track, you've lost sight of it. And you see, Senna, let me cite an example for you. Have you realized that new businesses come up and they don't survive, especially in the entertainment industry, like maybe restaurants, sophisticated, they don't survive. It is because the base of our economy is still weak. It's a non-starter. So people today would want to buy, but tomorrow the money is gone. Do you get what I'm trying to say? What is supposed to be that basic, very, very basic, we are unable to afford. And that's the reason why you have blue kiosks still surviving. Blue kiosks still surviving because the economy is that low. It's that shallow. That's shallow. That, apart from blue kiosks, that will always survive. Right? Because there, whether you have it or you don't, it's still what it is. Any other progressive business will come in, pretend to be surviving, along the line will fall. And it is not because they are not good managers, but the economy, that is to identify, these type of investments and sustain them. We don't have them. We don't have that leadership with that thinking. And tell me where we place Bawumia in this scheme of things.
I can't stop smiling about your description of our vice president.
I'm not insulting him. I'm only saying that per his output, he's just a top-up. Which industry in this country or in this world would want to bring him a resource person and this will be his output and be paying him that sum of money with all the luxuries that the country is giving him?
So to you, his promise was fixing the economy.
Fixing the economy. Yes. Yes, fix the economy. And you complain about even the fact that we were borrowing and we were doing all the smart borrowing. You still complain that was not enough. We don't need to borrow because the money is still in the country. And you knew where the money was. That's what he said to us, right? So why is he now hiding under digitizing buildings? Okay, it's part of an overall agenda with our economic progress. But this is job for the boys.
Okay.
This is job for the boys. We need the vice president to step up. We need him to step up. We need him to be, get the deals done. Bringing in bigger and much, huge deals. Then we know that, yes, this is our vice president. He's touring the world, bringing in deals that it will, to the interest of Ghanaians. But don't give me job for the boys as I'm digitizing buildings and change SIM cards and think that it's a huge deal. This interoperability infrastructure, it's already there. The system is already there. It's a matter of you, giving an order and it gets done. Okay. So don't add that as a huge progress. What confronts this country, Senna? What confronts this country? It's much bigger and requires leadership. It requires leadership with commitment. Okay, not leadership with casino mindset. Not leadership with casino mindset. We don't need that.